Hey guys, welcome.
Howdy, howdy, howdy. The Aces High is already out there.
We have a special guest with us tonight, internationally known Mark Tuliano with Deco
Deco,
Products
Deco.
joined us.
What's up, bitches? Mark
Your
Tuliano.
feed is coming and going. You look a little palsied.
Sup?
Yeah, I got man, I look a little red. I kind of look a little Trumpish. Can you see
There
me?
you go. You got to take your hair all the way up and over to be Trumpish, though, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I hear it. No, I can't do that. But what's up, guys? It's a pleasure to be with you. You know, I watch you all the time, and like I said, I think I hit it big time when I get to go on this show. Deco is proud to be part of the Spray Wash Academy and Power Wash stores. So got a big show coming up on the, what did I say, the 7th and 8th in Nashville.
7th and 8th of April.
Of April at the Nashville store with Eddie. Cool dude. Actually stopped in and saw him the other day while I was in town. Very excited. We got a great demo going on. It's going to be a hands-on certified training. So, great to be here.
And for anybody that hasn't met Dave and Eddie and Christy in Nashville, they are just absolutely an amazing trio up there. They're veterans. All three of them are vets. Just have a great cleaning company. They have an amazing business there. Some of my favorite people in the industry, and good guys.
Oh, definitely, and. I don't know if everybody knows this, but like I was saying to you earlier a little bit, that we have teamed up with F9, Craig Harris, and, we got their products. We promote them. They promote us. It's a great fit. Mm-hmm. Obviously, we don't carry efflorescence cleaners, stuff like that. They do. Why not? Great bunch of guys. We have Jason. I call him Jason Aldean. It's Jason Ayers. From Nashville that I team up with. He does the demo with me. So he'll do a demo on the brick. We'll do some cleaning with some groundskeeper. If there's some efflow, we'll do some efflow cleaning and we'll show all that demo and then sand it and seal it the next day. So,
I didn't realize that until recently, until somebody came in and asked for it, but Craig has a sample pack, much like Agent Clean does, where you can get a gallon of efflow, a gallon of F9, a gallon of groundskeeper, and a gallon of restore. No, I'm sorry, wrong. F9, double equal, groundskeeper, F-Flow, and bark. So this four all in.
You just asked for the sample kit, and get with Leilani. They are on top of it. I mean, Craig's on top of it. Leilani runs behind the scenes. Yep. Johnny's back there too.
I ordered about 10 of them on my last franchise order to have in there because I had a gentleman come in. He said, "I need this," and I was like, "Holy crap! So do I. I don't have any."
Everything is hard to get right now.
Yeah, I mean the shipping's the crazy part. You're waiting 2-3 weeks, and it's like, okay, we order it 3 weeks ago, it doesn't show up. It's like FedEx doesn't give a crap anymore. You know what I mean? It's you call them up, they're like, "Hey, I don't know what to tell you." Like,
yeah.
FedEx to us has I kid you not, at minimum 70% damage rate. Everything that we get from them.
We get that too.
I think we quit using them in general as a franchise and are just with UPS at this point. And we've had really good success with UPS. I mean, I've been able to get stuff one day, I think, to every place in Florida, except every now and then UPS will inexplicably just delay my but I think it's a local problem. Like I had one day where I had like 6 shipments and it was showing all that it would be there the next day, but it didn't show up. Like it should have shown up on a Tuesday, but it didn't show up till a Wednesday. And thank God nothing was urgent, but it was all delayed coming out of my local area.
Well, I got my one guy, Rick, in Fort Myers. He's been waiting on some stuff for almost 3.5 weeks. If you don't do priority with FedEx, then you're screwed pretty much. Because it's still sitting in Jacksonville. I mean, look, man, Jacksonville, you're 5 hours away. Drive the shit down. What's the problem?
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's kind of how. Ironically, I'm going to Dothan tomorrow. I'm leaving in the morning to Dothan to go meet an Alabama contractor we're kind of splitting the difference. He's getting a little bit more, driving a little bit more than I am, but he's literally got to have an Udor system out there. So, I said, look, he needs to be washing on Wednesday with it. And I said, look, I'll help you out. So Dothan's 2.5 hours for me. So, that's something I'm happy to do.
When it comes to the shipping side of things, I mean, especially for there in that, I don't want to say just Tallahassee region, because it's going to be even down Orlando-ish area. I think eventually, and it's going to take a little bit of time to get there, but the Power Wash store will be able to make deliveries in those areas. I think that's going to end up happening.
Yeah. Well, it will for me, especially. Obviously, I can't run like a bucket of deco down to somebody.
Right. No, but once a month, if you're down in, having a run down to, Orlando once every 2 weeks.
Like that.
Right. If you're heading somewhere, you can always go, yeah, man, I can hook you up. Let me just throw it in my truck. I'll meet you down there. I'm going to be there anyways, drinking, you know what I mean? So not a problem.
Oh, that's cool. Josh is saying that comments, I got Apple Wash to Sarasota on a Saturday in less than 24 hours. And we didn't even go with Saturday delivery. Like, he ordered it on a Friday and they delivered it on a Saturday. I was kind of amazed.
Nice.
That's because it was Josh.
Well, I had that, right? Off the little cup here, I had some Hey Dude shoes. Those are the new trends. So I bought some of those.
I love Hey Dudes.
So I bought them from, of course, Amazon Prime, and I was heading to New Orleans, and they were supposed to deliver them before I left. So I called them. They said, oh, they're on the way. They're on the way. Then I call them. They don't show up. So I call them again. They go, oh, they're going to go out today. They're coming. They're on the way. I'm like, shit, this is a Tuesday. I'm leaving Wednesday. Next thing, I call them again. The lady's like, they can't find them. I go, are you kidding me? You just told me they were coming. They were coming. She goes, well, let's go ahead and just put them back on the shelf and we'll send them to New Orleans for you. I said, all right, cool. That'll work. So I was going to New Orleans on a Wednesday. They're going to deliver them on Thursday. So they show up on a Thursday. I'm in New Orleans. I get a phone call. Hello? I got a delivery for you. I go, I couldn't even understand the lady. I'm not, trying to be a smart butt or whatever. I said, just throw it over the fence. So basically I got 2 pairs of Hey Dudes for allegedly price of one.
Nice.
So they actually delivered them to Florida and New Orleans. So
you gotta love customer service, like that. And I just, that's one that, like, I've been mailing stuff out. Like, if I get, for example, somebody gets something small and UPS is 17, because about like $17 is about the lowest I've found at UPS. I have found that United States Post Office, if it fits, it ships,
right,
is like your best friend in the world. So
right.
I'm taking those little boxes and cramming them full of crap for $8.99.
Yeah, I've done that. Throw some stuff in. That's the way to go too,
Yeah.
And typically a 5-gallon bucket runs you what, like $25, $30 to ship?
No. It's up to about $40 to ship that now.
Wow.
It's gone through, everything's gone through the roof.
So I don't really know.
Right.
So and that's wow.
Yeah. I had 5 of EBC Restorer go out today, and I think it was $43. Now it was 5 1-gallons. Yeah.
Hey, let's answer a couple of these questions real quick. The first one here is Power Wash Bros. Is the whole F9 family worth joining? I always wanted to, but I didn't want to pay. But I think it's the most professional cleaner you can get for the specific applications.
All right, let me answer that, because I have got true to life experience with it. And F9 is pricey. I'll give it that. I had someone, a local cleaner that I've become, real good friends with, and he was doing cleaning up a large commercial. It was a Tractor Supply. Why not? Well, let's go ahead and say it. And removing red clay stains from that. So he went in there, and we have not a competing, but a similar product made for the Power Wash store. It's not a battery acid remover, and he got it, and he was able to get 80% of it done with our brand of it. But then he went back and did the the hard spots, the finishing areas with the F9. So it was a great blend of the two chemicals. So instead of using 7 gallons of F9, we were able to go in there at a lower price tier with the water dragon chemical, and then do 2 gallons of the F9. So it was a win-win all the way around. Craig sold stuff, I sold stuff, and he was able to save a lot. But F9 does stuff that other things do not do. And the guys at Crystal Clean, they've been using the F-Flow like crazy, because we've not found anything that works as well as F-Flow on efflorescence and calcium.
Exactly. And that's my big thing, F-Flow for pavers. So and another thing, yeah, it's expensive, but you can dilute it a little bit. Depends on what you're doing. Break it down and all that good stuff. F9, the product for F-Flow for me is, tits. I love it.
Yeah. No,
I take the whole thing differently, just so you guys know. I don't look at
price.
I don't look at F9 as being expensive, only because I'm going to charge whatever it is that I feel like that job is going to take. And so I'm going to take it as using the 8 gallons or 7 gallons of the water dragon product, 2 gallons of the F9, because sometimes it is better to do something like that. At the end of the day, for me, pricing on products almost doesn't matter, just because I'm going to pass that cost on, and I want to
charge accordingly to your job. So exactly.
And you can literally see when you walk into my shop right there. I mean, there's those products right there. I've got F9 Bark, F9 F-Flow, Apple Wash, and EBC right there. I mean, that's the answer. And my Agent Clean, but I've had a bunch of the Agent Clean go. I mean, these are all products that I believe in, that I sell, and I won't sell something that I don't like or don't believe in.
Right. And so
I think that's kind of the key point.
Is it worth joining the F9? Yes, it's worth it. I mean, he's got a book that's usually you can get it on sale for, I think, $155 if you're at a show. It's usually $199, and that book is a Bible for fixing problems. And then spend the 99 cents on the app. You know what I mean? It's 99 cents. It's a little harder on the app, but
now that's expensive.
Book, and I have the book. It's a beautiful hard copy, laminated. Open it, go to your problem. It's very easy. It's almost dummy proof. I could say, I guess.
I mean, I got the F9 app literally right here on the phone. I mean, it's and I'll tell you what, I have literally pissed away, I dare say, thousands of dollars, if not maybe 1,000, if not thousands, at least $1,000 in Craig's chemicals.
Right.
Just pissed it away because I was bullheaded. I did the same thing with Carlos's chemicals.
All the chemicals.
Because I'm bullheaded as crap, and I wouldn't sit there and read the freaking directions on how to do it.
Yeah, we're men. We don't do that. We don't even ask for directions. So why are we going to read them? I can figure this out.
Downright asinine the way that I do. So I mean, I dare say, if you've ever been a guy going, "Oh, the F9 didn't work," did you read the directions? Because believe it or not, it really matters if you pre-wet the surface. It really matters if you do a light dilution on there. It really matters all these specific ways of doing it.
It's funny because I'm in the middle of doing that class for the storage facilities, and going through a lot of the videos that I did while doing the storage facility. And one of those is about gutter butter, and it's about, a lot of times we're like, okay, I tried a 20% mix, that didn't work. Okay, I tried a 50% mix, that didn't work. Okay, I'm going straight, and it doesn't work. And I made that same mistake with EBC before, where trying to use it straight when you need that water to help emulsify it. So I actually did a test with gutter butter, and I did I think it was a 20% mix and a 50% mix side by side, to see the difference in the two. And there wasn't a difference in the two, meaning that you sometimes increasing your, and if you read the packaging, it tells you what your strength should be, right? So sometimes we just like, because we're men, we're macho, and we like to go over and above.
Yeah.
You're just
Let's
wasting your
go
own
straight
time.
with it. Then you really, go straight and put it on and really screw it up. You know what I mean?
Exactly. And Leslie brings up a really good point here. Is you put 255s on one pallet to save on shipping. I was getting some Dragon Grip out of wherever the hell it's made at, but I was
I'm gonna bail for 2 seconds.
Okay, no worries. But I was like 370 for one pound for 155 of Dragon, and only like 520 for two of the Dragon Grip. So by doubling the order, I only increased the price by 30% or so. So it makes a lot more sense to stock up.
It makes, and definitely, and you're going to use it. Oh, you can't hear? Can you hear me?
No, I can't. No, I can't. I think it may have been more than anything. Yeah.
Here we go again.
There you go.
You back?
Okay.
We back? Check.
Yeah, so 149 is the show price. Creek Kleenex. I don't know about Creek Kleenex.
I've never heard of Creek.
Never heard of
it. May be awesome. Maybe the best stuff since sliced bread. What was the best thing before sliced bread, by the way?
Sliced butter.
Yeah, and I'm real bad about the glug method.
Oh, we actually do. Our buckets don't have the glug. If you didn't notice or have not known that yet, we'll teach you about that. It doesn't do the glug.
Really?
Yes. You actually take the bucket and reverse it and pour it the opposite way.
Opposite direction, yeah.
Actually, turn it
So
up.
the spout is at the top instead of at the bottom.
Right. So you don't have to put a vent hole in it. So
if people have never done that, so
you can actually even rotate the bucket around as you're going and prevent all that.
People are glugging. You're actually a lot better if you pour this way.
Exactly.
Versus pouring it this
way.
It's a little known fact, but yeah, turn your buckets upside down and you'll get a nice smooth stream instead of a
glug
splashing everywhere.
There you go. All right, so the next question that I saw on here, they're all getting, because they're flying here. Let's see, I lost it.
I'll be right back.
It was, all right, this one here. Do you ship to PA? First of all, yes, the Power Wash store would ship to PA, but you have a Power Wash store in PA. So you've got it's in York, Pennsylvania. You've got a Power Wash store in York, Pennsylvania. Eric and Lisa, great people, industry veterans, all that kind of stuff. They still do some washing on the commercial side. So yeah, you've got that resource to you. Reach out to us. Happy to get you the contact information there. Jacob says, do you deliver to Iowa? Everywhere except where they So deliveries to everywhere except where whatever your address is, Jacob. That area, for some reason, it just doesn't get there. It's just, it's just one of them things. 40 minutes from Deco, supplier in PA. Super excited to try Deco this year. I ditched Trident.
We're getting ready. Like I said, I'm going to be in Nashville coming up. We're going to be in Tallahassee. We're getting ready to do a little tour of all the Power Wash stores. So PA has a store, Carolina. So I'm going to actually kind of hit a circuit and hit all the stores, and we will be demoing all the products. But you can get the, just get a hold of the Power Wash store, and they can get it to you for sure.
And so Doug, I mentioned that while you had stepped away. I heard y'all saying something about Pennsylvania, and shipping to Pennsylvania. The first thing out of my mouth would be, golly, call Eric and Lisa in Power Wash in York.
Absolutely.
And while we're all independent franchises here, and I guess you could say we're technically in competition with each other. I mean, we've marketed Eric and Lisa's open house. We're talking about the Nashville Deco training on here. We're all at the same time a big family, and every one of the Power Wash store guys would all of them would sit there and send you to the closest person to where you are to see if you can get your stuff first, because we know you're contractors. We want you to save money. So,
and we want you to be happy. So yeah, if you're in Lower Alabama, we're going to go to Tallahassee.
Right.
You know what I mean? I don't mean that in a bad Lower Alabama. That's LA.
Hey, oxidation on ATMs. I would try, well, let's see. We have Gutter Butter, we have VRD, vinyl restoration detergent, and then the One Restore products, the Cleansol BC.
So what's the new one that the Power Wash store came out with?
VRD,
That's
the
the VRD
restoration detergent. Yeah.
Yeah, there are some for me with oxidation, I like to have several different things in my tool kit because
some work better than others.
Absolutely. Temperature means
weird.
Everything. Type of oxidate, type of the paint.
Yeah.
All of it means
all
something.
Oxidation is not equal. So
exactly.
So Mark, tell us about pavers a little bit. I know you and I've had some ex parte communications on there. When and there's one thing getting dirty pavers, but whenever someone's getting like they're wicking up and getting that the calcium and the efflow on there,
right?
What is that coming from on there? The paver?
It's used. Hello, can I help you? Yes, Mark here. Yes. No, what happens is it's usually the moisture under the pavers.
Right.
Here in Florida, our water table, they pretty much build everything on swamps. You know that. So the water table's high here. So it's always moist underneath, and it's the salts coming out of the pavers, and it's wicking up through the pavers, and then you get the efflow. So if you can go ahead and stop that with the, efflow cleaner, the F9, get that going and throw a sealer on it. One thing about our sealers, they're all penetrating, meaning it's into the pavers. A lot of the other ones are film forming, which sit on top. So it's going to trap the efflow in the pavers, and you're going to get that white haze.
Right.
So, a little bit about myself. I've been doing pavers since I was 15 years old. 40 plus years I've been doing pavers and paver sealing. So I've installed. I kind of know it from the ground up. So I think I know what I'm talking about a little bit, but I learn every day about it. Like all of us. I might be old. I do learn new tricks about pavers. So, and that's, the big thing is the efflow coming up. And another big thing is people are like, why do we have to sand pavers? Well, a big reason you sand pavers actually work on what's called an arc system. So when you drive on the pavers, the pressure of the truck or car disperses the weight throughout the pavers. And what happens if you don't have that sand in there, it's going to bind a little bit and it could chip, or what's called like spalding on the bricks.
Right.
And if you look on the side of the pavers, there's actually a little bump. It's called a sand spacer bar. So kind of that's what tells you need to put sand back into it.
Right.
So, a lot of people will do it and go, well, I just really don't feel like putting the sand back in. Well, then you're doing it wrong, So,
now, do you recommend
how high should the sand be?
The sand is supposed to be, pavers have what's called a chamfer, which is a little pillow on top. So you need to be an 1/8 inch to no more than a 1/2 inch below the top of that chamfer on the paver. And we use
not all the way to the top.
All the way to the top. What happens, and I've seen it, and what you do, it almost looks like a grout joint. And what happens, you seal that in, but you get the rains and some starts chipping away. And then, water's going to work its way under there and pop it. And then it all looks like crap.
Right.
So
now, do you recommend an elastomeric, or what kind of sand are we talking about that we want to use on there?
Well, what we do here is we use it's actually, I just went blank here. Not silica, I'm saying silicat. No, a silica sand is what we use here, which is kiln fired. It doesn't attract organics, which is ASTM C144. You can say that big word out there. There's everybody follows there's a little Bible too, which is called ICPI, which is International Concrete Paver Institute. So people kind of follow that, which is a hardscape part of it, and they'll recommend that kind of sand. You want a coarse sand. You don't want to use that play sand,
Right.
because when you walk into Home Depot or a Lowe's and look at the play sand, it's been in the rain. It's already organics. You don't want to say
Right.
mold. It's already got organics growing in it.
Right.
So if you do that and use that, then that's what's going to happen to you. The silica sand's actually kiln fired.
Okay.
So we use what's called a 2030, which is a coarse sand. Like I said, I mean, there's other sands out there that are pretty good. There's another company sells colored sand. It's not bad, but that's what we use. And up north, they use a lot of polymeric sand, which you have to sweep in. Then you have to, usually you're supposed to compact it, but there's some out there that you don't. And then you have to wet it down, let it dry, then you go seal it. So, that's what we use. And we'll probably start, kind of supplying you guys with that sand, or telling you where to get it, and go from there.
So, William asked about, is it Creek Clean 30? If it's a power wash, I know that we have some dry cleaners for various things where we took kind of, Blue Voodoo. We have a Creek Clean if it's that. Yeah, absolutely. We have a hood cleaner, a Deck Bright, and where it's powdered chemicals. I don't know if that's the one you're talking about. We don't do necessarily a great job of marketing it, but it's some dry chemicals that you can go and mix yourself. I need to do something on that one night. But what's nice about it is you mail out a 5-pound box of powder instead of a 40-pound, 5-gallon thing of whatever fluid you're using.
And it is called Creek Clean, and it's a 30-gallon kit.
Yep. I mailed something to. I mailed a 5-gallon kit of Agent Clean Ground Force this morning to St. John's, Florida, and it was $12 for that, for a 5-gallon kit of it, which is really, really nice, because if it would have been the regular hazmat shipping on a 5-gallon bucket, it would have been $45 or $50.
Yeah. And the drum kits make 30 gallons of super concentrate.
Well, it depends on the size. I mean, we've got Gold Assassin drum kits that make a 55 of it,
Yeah, I mean, on the Creek Clean.
The Creek Clean, yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's the Power Wash Store product.
Who's the old fart with hair in the middle?
That's me, the old fart, Mark Tuliano, internationally known. Is that Bailey? That wasn't Bailey, my boy Bailey.
Yeah, that's Lloyd Jacobs.
Hey, Lloyd.
Mm-hmm. What would deliver best results for red clay stains on new concrete? Ox acid or F9 FLO?
Well, let's do this. Let's talk bad about Craig Harrison for a minute, just because he's here.
Yeah, if you want an ass whooping, go ahead and talk to Craig. And
there you go. Hey,
we were in
what
show at the Power Wash show,
just so you know.
And some of the boys that we were hanging out with, we went to Top Golf, Mike Grabowski, Bailey, and a couple other guys. Of course, we went drinking, had a few drinks. We went back to one of the condos that Bailey was staying at. And, some of the guys know that Craig does a little martial arts stuff or MMA stuff. So they wanted to fight him, right? And I think we had it on, we actually posted it. We had it on a couple of the sites. But Mike Grabowski, tries to wrestle Craig. And Craig just kicks back and just kind of laughs and uses his feet. And these guys are trying to knock him out, knock him down. And Craig just boom, boom, and then taps him out. It's like, okay, that's
we're not going to mess with Craig anymore. So
Yeah.
with that in mind, I would say definitely F9. No, but I mean, I would actually go with, I wouldn't use F9 FLO on that. I would use
Mark, right?
I would use Mark. Yeah, I would, because you're attacking. And just remember, we always think of, at least in my neck of the woods, Servant, I am thinking of red clay stains as as a rust stain, because what's making that? What's making the in the red clay? Well, it's rust. It's iron oxide.
Iron deposits, yeah.
It's iron that's in the clay that's making it a red clay. So iron oxide, same thing that's causing the rust to occur, on the steel. So we really treat it more like a rust stain than dirt. But get in there, get the soil off of it, and that's
get all the contaminants that are on the surface off first. You're going to use way less chemicals, and you're going to have better results.
One of the biggest problems we have in this industry is we try to treat the stain first, and you should never treat the stain first. You should treat the soil first and then treat the stain.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
It's the same thing with when you're dealing with brick walls and things of that nature. It's got all the black on there.
Yeah.
It's better to get some of that off before you
treat the crap off before you actually try to get the crap off. Yeah.
And there's another reason to get the F9 cookbook, Craig.
Yeah. There you go.
Does he? Oh, great. Let me guess. He copied me what I said there, right?
No. Yeah. You're gonna ask.
Yeah, what does he know?
Say, call Ray. Ray can send you a book. I'm sure you guys carry the book.
Yes, we do. We do. Mm-hmm.
Michael, Jay, I was supposed to look at something for you today, and I know that you didn't know, but I was supposed to look at something, make sure it was done right for you, and I didn't. I just hadn't had the time. So,
see a lot more F-flow on pavers that are set on a concrete lanai and less around pool patio set on sand. 100%, because
Right.
What's happening there. Y'all think about on these pavers is on top of concrete. There's no place for the water to go, so the water's just sitting and wicking back up into those pavers like that. Makes total sense.
That's where you're getting into the moisture. So the moisture's under there, and concrete does promote lime.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So the salts in the concrete are just coming right through the pavers.
Steven said,
especially if you left if you, for some reason, if the concrete had been cleaned and soft washed and left all the salt on there, and then pavers, I don't know why that would ever happen, but just thinking of that now, then you put the concrete, or let's say that it's up in the northern states where some ice melt was put down, or some salt was put down on a driveway, and then they decided to put pavers down, but it wasn't cleaned off first, and you got all those salt still sitting there. That
if I would have known about Deco 20 back in the day, why not seal the concrete underneath it first, block out that the moisture, then put your sand bed down, and then put your pavers down.
So here's a technical question: is the silica sand the same as what's used in pool filters?
And pool filters.
Yeah,
I believe it's pretty close.
It's close, but if that's I just had somebody ask me that, and we sent some to New Orleans. And what happens if you take the silica sand and the pool filter sand has more shell in it. So if you were to compare the two bags together, they'll look kind of the same, but then you get chips of shell in the pool filtered sand. My personal opinion.
If you get just the silica, though, it doesn't have that.
It doesn't have that at all. No.
Yeah. No, I mean,
answering my question about sliced bread. So
we're still,
Oh, we got Perry Tate joining us.
There you go.
Hello, Perry.
Steven saying, and Steven is probably one of the bigger guys in Tallahassee that does paver cleaning or paver sealing here. And, this is a market that is not well taken care of and well serviced, because these guys are sitting here. I'm noticing you've got these landscape companies that are coming in here selling these $30,000-$40,000 hardscapes to people in their backyards. But the one thing that they're forgetting to do is tell them, oh, by the way, you need to spend $3,000 to $5,000 on maintenance on here every couple of years to, keep it clean and keep it sealed and sanded. They conveniently leave that part out and are, we wash. I used to wash all the time, and you'd see pool decks that were just, weeds growing up through them and starting to get unlevel. And you talk to the customer like, yeah, and we can't get anybody to, they installed it, but they won't ever come back and service it. So I have a feeling it's like that in a lot of areas where there's a huge need for paver sealing out there.
Right. Well, everywhere, I travel a lot. Everywhere I go, New York, New Orleans, I mean, they're killing it. Arizona, I mean, there's a kid there, Austin. There is nobody doing paver sealing in Arizona. When I did the demo at Craig's house, I introduced this kid to it, and he's doing 10,000 square feet at $2 a square foot.
Wow.
He's killing it. And you're right.
I had talked to a couple that came over and bought a new 8-gallon from me. And they said their first year in business, they primarily do sealing, but they did, I think, $420,000 or $430,000 their first full year in business. Now,
just in paver sealing?
They did. That was including the washing, but the lion's share of it was in paver sealing. Right. Now, keep in mind, we understand that doesn't have the same 70% profit margin that washing does, because our cost of materials are a lot more expensive. But still, even if you're at 30%, those are some impressive freaking numbers, and they're booked out 6-8 weeks at a time.
Right. And if
we never really got into the actual paver sealing side of things. And, I would get called out to go look at jobs. And just like you were saying, you go out there and there's all these weeds and all this stuff growing through, and, they'd be sunk in here or sunk in over there. And, you would talk to the homeowner about, what's happening, what's going on, we had it installed even 5 years ago. And, the company that installed it, we called them about maintenance, and we just couldn't find anybody that would maintain and redo and all this kind of stuff. So we actually gave some pricing on redoing it, and then they don't want to do it. And you're like, you got to take all this out and re-level it up and pack all this shit.
Right, redo it. And that's what was happening. Like I said, I did the show in New Orleans with Steve, and it was more of a home show.
Home and garden show, yeah.
Yeah, home and garden. People would come by and go, yeah, I never thought about sealing it, but I can't find anybody that does repairs. Yeah. So if you could, and repairs aren't really hard. It's easy for me, but if you could get repairs or hook up with a landscape guy that does it, which is hard to find because everybody's busy, but you would kill it. It's costing you about 28 cents a square foot to seal a job.
Wow.
So if you're charging $2, I call it stupid money. Yeah. And you're right. Landscapers don't want to mess with it, but that's the guys you want to hook up with, the landscapers, and throw them a couple points. Hey, turn me on to your customer and I'll throw you $100.
Yeah, absolutely. And, and this is one of the things that you as a Deco rep, you're pretty damn easily accessible on Facebook, by cell phone, by message.
Right.
Just like Craig. We're sitting here talking about how smart Craig is and stuff. Looks can be deceiving, but you're a pretty damn smart fella yourself, and you know a lot. Like I said, you've been doing this for 40 years, and you are an incredible resource.
Yeah.
I appreciate it. And I'll help anybody. You don't have to use my product. I just want to make sure the customer's happy, you do it right, because if that customer gets a bad taste in his mouth, like, hey, Miss Jones got hers done, it turned out like crap, I don't think we want to seal it.
Right.
If it was applicator error and it was done wrong, it screws up our industry, even with a soft wash. Like
it's that way with every industry.
Right. And that's the deal. If it looks like crap, it gets a bad taste, and you're in a neighborhood of 300-400 homes, and they're all online, or they're all having a party at the pool, or they're playing golf together or playing tennis together. They're not going to do, hey, what did you think about sealing your driveway? Oh, don't do it. They suck.
Then we got
we had that same thing posted on the Academy page today, where somebody was saying about that they had cleaned the front of I think it was a State Farm building, right? And whoever cleaned it created a mess. So it's the same thing in every industry that can give the entire industry a bad name.
So will you handle this question, Doug, or Mark, will y'all handle this? I think you just mentioned that. So the cost of the average paver sealing.
Cost, it's Florida, you're probably at $1.25. Your market's going to dictate what you're going to get.
Absolutely.
So, it's going to vary from state to state. Like I said,
and you just said somebody else was getting $2 a foot.
Right. New Orleans, they're getting $1.75, $2. Florida, $1.25 to 85 cents. You know, it's whatever your worth is. If they're not going to pay what you're going to quote, walk away. You know, it's not worth it. It's a lot. You got to do a lot. You know, it's not.
If you do the marketing, your phone will ring for paver stealing. I mean, absolutely. You know.
But here's the whole deal, and a lot of guys think like, well, I'm not going to come back and clean that paver again in 6 months. But you're charging them $200 to clean the pavers. If you seal it, you're charging them $2,000. You just did a year's work in one day.
Yeah.
And come back and set them on a maintenance plan. Come back every year. You're not going to put as much on it, or 12 months. You know, you're just going to soft wash it down and get out of there.
You know, here's Leslie went back to the PWS creek cleaner 55 or 25. Also depends on how you mix it. We got so many awesome comments tonight. Craig went back to say how much iron oxide. So this is about removing the rust from the driveway. Sometimes flow works better, sometimes bark, sometimes both. But, you know, more hard water minerals dissolve, just depends. Like Raymond said, it's where you're located. Steven, he can share some pics, you know, with the F-flow on there. You know, I got a, oh crap, I think I forgot to send this to Craig. Here's, this is, hold on one sec. I want to show y'all this. Share my screen. So Craig, pay attention. I can't remember if I sent you this or not. So, hold on, share. Here is a, I know that looks really confusing, doesn't it? Wow. Hold on.
Whoa.
Oh, I am flashing back from a freaking something back in 1985 right there. I can't do it.
Oh, I'm back from Sunday.
What are you doing?
So anyway, can you all see that? You'll see this right
great.
here. Here's one that the guys just did over at Crystal Clean for one of our things. That right there is all F9 F-flow right there. Wow. I mean, just amazing job on there. So, yeah, there we are. We're back.
Woo, that was crazy.
Yeah, that was a little creepy right there, wasn't it?
That was Sunday past Sunday. 85, forget 85.
All right, so where are we at? Comment
I like Kelly's comment here.
Amen. Yep, that's the truth right there. Lordy.
Kelly, I hope you're doing good. It's been a while since we've talked.
Scrolling back up here. Popping. Hey, Joe, what's happening, buddy? And I got to talk about your Nutripods as well. And I didn't get to.
Oh, dude, I love those things.
Those Nutripods are awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, if you've got rain gutters, we don't have those here in the South.
So power, you can download the app. I said that within the app is a damn PDF download for the whole cookbook. You can download and print off. Yes, exactly.
Well, you're not going to have it laminated though. You can print all that if you want, but then you got to go and laminate it. By that time, you just spent $500.
I think most guys today's day and age, they're using their phones, and everything is going to be on their phone. So the app, I think, has a tremendous value to it.
Oh, definitely.
For the price of it, it's ridiculously expensive, 99 cents.
Crazy, crazy, Craig. What do you think?
You know, I used to think Craig was smart. When he came out with 99 cents, I was like, dude, what are you? You are definitely smoking.
Hey, you got to remember, 1 million times 99.
Yeah,
Craig's not a dummy.
Yeah. Remember, 1 million times $1.99. I mean, you know.
Yeah. So here we go on. He could double the price, and he's still the cheapest thing out there for.
Right.
So how long are you letting your pavers on concrete dry out before sealing, Mark, especially on a covered area, 28 or 48?
I would go 48 on that because it does take as long. If it's over top of concrete, you know, you want it to dry out, because if it's holding that moisture and you put your sealer on, and I don't care whose sealer you're using, it's going to hold that moisture and it's not going to cure.
Mm-hmm. So when do we find 48 hours of dry weather in Florida?
Last 2 days.
It happened on a Tuesday last year.
Go do it early in the morning. Yeah. I mean, our stuff you can actually put on damp. So, but you got to put a light coat. You don't want to go heavy with it.
Now is yours, and I understand. I mean, I understand there's the penetrating sealers and then the solid sealers. What about breathing? Does yours breathe or not?
Ours are all breathable.
Okay.
So,
and
they're all compatible. So if you're doing what's called silicast and then you put in Travacast on there, it's actually a topical, but it's breathable. So what that
I'm
does,
not a paver guy, and I thought the whole intent, the purpose behind sealing it was to seal it,
block everything in, right?
Breathable.
But that's the problem. If you do seal it with a topical, that efflorescence does come up. Where's it going to go? If it's not breathable, it's not going to escape through this pores or through the sealer itself. It's going to get stuck, and that's why it turns white on you.
Yeah, we had one big paver job that we did, and not being a paver guy, and that was the same thing. So right as you walk out their door, like a step or two in front, all this white stuff popped.
Yep, a white haze because it's not breathable. So that's what's nice about a penetrator and breathable. It actually lets the gases escape through the pavers.
So DuraGuard kills it with paver sealing. Yeah, that's
that's Nick Smith. Yeah, Nick Smith does kill it. Believe me.
Ron does as well.
Ron as well. Those guys got 9-10 trucks, and they are all over.
Each in two separate companies. They're kind of insane.
They're brothers, but yeah, they Nick Smith.
Two separate competing companies, and they're pretty amazing.
And
Ron has a pretty good network you can join as well, I understand. All right, so we answered this one. So I'm just going back through these questions. We had so many of it. Been recoding with Deco after about 1.5 years. Next code in 3 years after that. Does that sound right?
Not a problem. You can go. Personally, I do applicate. I'm an applicator with Deco. I work for a couple of people. I actually work for a manufacturer. I give it anywhere from 18 to 2 years. And the difference with our product is you can seal over it 100 times because it is breathable. It is a penetrator. If you're using a topical, you can do it 3 times and then you have to strip it.
Okay.
So because what you're doing is you're piling on top, and then you're building up that film.
Right.
With ours, since it's a penetrator, it's not slippery. Go over it as many times as you'd like.
Okay. So
I didn't know that either because I had always heard that every 3 to 5 years you had to strip it all off and redo it.
Michael is saying use a brand name. You can use it for rust, full half, or third strength. Yeah, feel free to say the brand name. We don't mind whatsoever. Share it. We're good with it. RPC, yes, I am open on Saturdays by appointment only. So holler at me. I'm happy to make an appointment to come in on Saturdays. My weekends are spent on a boat a great amount of time, but yeah, I'm happy to come in.
Over $3,000.
Michael saying they're charging $1.50 a foot for that. David Davis Rivas, never heard of him before.
Davis, right?
Never heard of him.
Yeah.
What's that? That's that guy that smokes cigarettes all the time. You see him talking. He's like, "Hey, I just got this guy."
Rhino guy, yeah.
Oh no, I know who you're talking about. He's Steven Venturini's sidekick.
His
that's
boy,
Rhino.
right?
Hey, but let me say this though. Hey, the guy hooked me up. I stayed at his house with him and his wife. We did a crawfish broil, which was killer. And no, he's a great guy. He's a little fat bastard, but he's okay.
I'll tell you what. I know that he's got a competitor to my proportioner back there. I'm a little pissed about that. We're gonna have some words about that I saw him hook up. But
he's good at doing that.
Yep. SEO, your sealing page for repair. Yeah, that's a very, very, very good idea right there.
I mean,
it's good to see Sean back in doing some
hello, Pink Robin. There's a lot of applicator error. Oh, ain't that the truth? There's
probably 90% is applicator.
Look at Rob Harris. I like Rob. That's a cook right there.
I would say there's probably about 90 or 95% applicator error.
It probably goes back to the same old saying that 20% of the guys do 80% of the work, and the other 80% of the guys are just screwing everything up.
So David's saying $175 to $225 a foot in Louisiana. Jonathan,
killing it.
$2 for minimum.
Stephen just did a hospital there, 11,000 square feet. They knocked out over the weekend.
Nice.
So they're killing it. I mean, once you get on that train,
but you were saying and Jonathan said he's in South Florida. You were saying it was a little lower than that in South Florida, but hey, you know what? At the same time, I mean, I think paper ceilings work. One of the reasons we did it for select customers, people that really wanted it done and that were good customers on other stuff already, it can be work. I wouldn't do it for less than that $1.75, $2 a foot.
Right. And it's, the deal is South Florida has so many pavers, but it's just not pavers you can seal. That's the deal. You can do flagstone. You can do travertine's a big one. You can actually do the culture stone or veneer stone on houses. And a lot of guys don't see that. Yeah. We have the Deco 20, which doesn't change the color of it. So if they want a natural look and spray that on, it's not going to change the color, but it's going to help with the mold and the mildew. Or organics, we're not mold cleaners because then you have to have your license from what
that's a good question right there.
So what sealer works best for the northern guys to prevent salt from ruining their driveways? And before you answer that, let me throw this out there. The first thing you got to do is get them to quit trying to use those shovels to break up the ice.
Or you come in there with that, what's the thing that cleans the snow out? What's it called?
The snow plow.
Yeah, snow plow. But Deco actually has, it's called Salt Guard. It's for exactly that. You spray on and it helps with the salt and all that. So look up at Salt Guard 30. Get with us, go on the Deco site, check it out. And it's going to help you with that.
We won't be carrying the Salt Guard 30 in
Florida. Not here in Florida. Yeah, we don't do that.
You won't be selling much of it. Stop. Hey, Big Rob, thank you very much. And if you knew my wife, you know that I'm already blessed.
All right, so hold on. Let me get back in here. I'm gonna scroll back. All right. So I keep what Kelly was ragging on me about when boomers try to use computers. There we go. All right, NutriPods rock. Bought it back in the day for $100, somewhere around there, probably the cookbook.
The cookbook, yeah.
So a genuine question from Mark. Are you using bleach to remove organics from pavers prior to cleaning for your average customer? Does bleach screw the sealing process in some way?
I don't think so. As long as you wash it off. I mean, people see me put it on. I put that shit on straight. Mm-hmm. Okay. Like I put it on everything, Frank's, you know what I mean? But I actually I'll buy it from the pool company or I'll buy it from where I get it. I put it in a pump up and I spray it, which I probably, everybody's freaking out, but I rinse and I rinse and I rinse. Yeah. That's the trick.
You got to rinse so much because you're overdoing it. You don't need to use that much.
The solution is dilution.
Right. It's the whole deal about I could do it a 50-50 or whatever. But if it's real black mold and stuff like that, I'm like, shit. I'm not going to do it a couple times. I'm going to do it once. Yeah. And that's the mentality of everybody, even the younger crowd. They want to get in, get out, get in, get out. And that's not what you got to do. You got to take your time and do this right is what you have to do. It's an ounce of prevention is a pound of cure, I was always told.
Right.
So what do you suggest for asphalt? Is there a process to clean and seal instead of the traditional tar treatment? I know you can't use a surface cleaner on asphalt.
You can use a surface cleaner on asphalt, but you've got to use bigger tips. It's more about volume than it is pressure. But go ahead, Mark. Sorry.
Oh, no, you're good. No, that's what I would do. And I would do I think you could actually use, Craig has, I want to say the groundskeeper, one of those two will actually clean the asphalt. And we do have a sealer out, which is called, it's our Bio Blacktop, which is sprayable. And it actually reconditions. We call it a conditioner. It reconditions the old asphalt. I mean, if you have the big cracks and all that stuff, obviously you got to fill them in. But if you got like
it takes time.
And with our product, you don't have to have a hot pot. It doesn't have that heavy smell. all our products are water-based, and they all are bio-preferred or earth-friendly, I guess you could say. So that's one thing, you know, if you talk about government contracts, if the government goes on there and looks, and they're looking for a bio-preferred product, we're
Right.
actually on the list.
Are we? Are we?
For that? Yeah, you look, and it's even on our buckets. We got the little, you know, the little stamp of approval, and they're supposed to use it, but
right. Well, low VOCs and happy green. Yeah.
Exactly. I mean, our products have 2 UV rays in it, so 2 UV ray
blockers
yeah. And then we have, of course, you know, they all have mold inhibitors, they all have UV, but ours actually has 2.
So I mean, Mark wrote Demond Burks. I assume he was. I thought it was Demand Burke, and he just spelled it wrong. But I realize now he's probably tagging someone on Facebook.
He's tagging someone.
Yeah. Love to do this work, at the travel to find and vet clients. Yeah, I mean, you know, pavers are one of those things that are very, very regional, very localized.
And you know, Tennessee doesn't have a lot, but they do have enough. And another thing about our product is once we get into an advanced course, I guess you would call it, we actually can do a tinted sealer. So pavers that are 10 years and older, that have, I call it that Rice Krispie look or oatmeal look, the white, you can actually seal those with a pigment and bring it back to life. So
here's a awesome. I'm going to show you all this. Steven just sent me this. So this was a combination of the Power Wash store and Craig's product, the F9 Bark on here. But this is a brand new Tractor Supply store that he did. And, you know, if y'all can see that, that is absolutely amazing. I mean, good on you, Steven.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's a nice job.
Craig, there's your product in work right there, you know.
Sweet.
Yep.
Craig's probably eating sushi right now. It's got to be, what, 3 hours behind? Nah.
Yeah, he's 3 hours behind you.
Yeah.
So paver sealing is strict process. Yes, very new pavers. We have so many. Just hold on. Yeah. So you notice the upside down proportioner back there. This we
Did somebody make a comment?
Another cobble oxide. That is the correct spelling. That was a product that he was talking about for something, and I don't remember what. So great point about the stone on houses. You know, we actually had, you bring up a great point about the ceiling, because we had Florida State back before we did, back before we sold, but we got that 5-year contract for Florida State. But just before they went with the 5-year contract for cleaning everything, I was talking to one of their guys, and they actually wanted a price for sealing the buildings, the brick, but most specifically the precast ledges under the windows.
Yep, that's black.
I said, look, I mean, it may not keep it from getting as dirty. It may keep them from getting as dirty, but I guarantee you it'll also make the cleanup 1,000 times easier if the black is just sitting on the top of it, and I can lightly bleach it off versus having to get up there with the, you know, the pressure washer and hit it. Because we've all seen, you know, well, I mean, I say we all, a lot of us have seen the oh goodness, precast, you know, windowsills that we've had to go and put 50/50 on and then go up and pressure wash, because they still don't come out very clean.
You know, Mark, that brings up a really good question for me. And that is, one of the things that I saw, I actually think it would be a really good add-on business for a lot of guys. And that is, here we've had, like, I know that there's a church that I do a lot of business with that they had, you know, their whole facade is brick, and they had a lot of water intrusion coming through from their brick. So they wanted to seal their brick. I had a large church call me about sealing their entire church, the brick, because they were getting water intrusion through their brick. One of the school systems that we worked with. They had one of their schools completely, I mean, big facility, and they had the whole thing completely sealed. And I thought about that at the time and was like, you know, this is actually a bigger business than I had even realized going that direction. So the Deco products allow you to seal the sides of a building.
Yes, the Deco 20 is what you'd use on the brick. With our product, as long as it can penetrate, and the way you can tell, if you water something down and the color changes, you know it's going to penetrate.
Mm-hmm.
So brick buildings for sure, you know, the Deco 20, what it's going to do, it's going to help. It's just going to bead right off of there, and it's going to help with the mold, like he's talking about with the facades on the precast.
Mm-hmm.
If you were to spray that with the Deco 20, it's going to bead up, and that whatever's on top is going to really sit there. You might not even need to hit it with bleach.
Mm-hmm.
You should be able to just go in there and soft wash it off.
Just have it
So, I mean,
soft wash is bleach. So,
right. So we started out in, you know, Deco has been in business for 30 years. They do 90% of the basements in Colorado, Utah, Montana, and all that. So that's where they started, in the basement business. So waterproofing is what it is. So, and our product's one of the only products that you can use below grade. Mm-hmm. So, you know, a lot of them that do basements in your areas, or, you know, up north, they use the tar. You know, they do the tar on the outside. And actually, there's some kind of amoeba or whatever you call it that eats the tar away after years and years and years. And then your basement starts leaking. So that's where we come from as far as we started 30 years ago. We've been in this decorative side going on, I think, about 8 years.
Ray, did you get your UPS delivery in yet?
My UPS delivery of what?
You're supposed to have a UPS delivery today. Somebody told me you were going to have a UPS delivery today. It was supposed to be there before 9.
No, I didn't. Is it a eat a bag of dicks? Did somebody send me that again?
No. Not that I'm aware of. No.
Okay. Well, all right.
I'm realizing that it's 9 o'clock there, your time.
Well, I still want to get we have amazing comments, and we're such a good technical with technical, you know, mm-hmm. subject here, and with a guest that actually knows what the hell he's talking about, which is rare for this show. So travertine, $225 a square foot, and travertine's one of those things I would assume that the sealer would work great on, right?
Yeah, we do. You know, I like doing the silicast on travertine or the Deco 20. A lot of people like keeping that natural look. You know, travertine's running. Travertine installed running probably $15, $18 a square foot in Florida.
Yeah. If you can afford travertine, you can afford to have that shit sealed, right?
Yeah. If you don't seal it, that's a no-brainer. If you don't seal it, you're an idiot. Put it that way.
Yeah. Exactly. And these are people, you know, if you don't know what travertine is, it's a cultured marble.
It's the outside of the mountain. It's actually the outside of the mountain.
We did it. We used to do a house that we literally $1,800 every quarter to go out there and lightly spritz the pool deck and knock the spider webs out around the houses. They had money. They're willing to pay the surfaces, pay for the services. What about houses around saltwater? I don't know.
Sealing from the saltwater coming in?
As far as what? Yeah, I mean, the silicast work, because you got, you know, some pools that are saltwater pools. Mm-hmm. So it's definitely going to work. I mean, the houses, if you're living up north and it's like, right on the ocean, I would use the salt guard. You know,
so Prosecco product, Salt Guard. I don't know if that's something similar.
Yeah,
Prosecco is a brand.
And I've used it
in the past before, and we use their red clay stain remover. Works really well here in the South, so we've used their products before.
I was required to use a Prosecco on something, and I was not thrilled with it, but it was the dome of the Supreme Court, and they had done an elastomeric paint on there, and the only cleaner on record that they would accept was Prosecco on this elastomeric, and it was, you know, and I had the guy out there, and I said, look, until I put bleach on this dome on the Supreme Court, it is not going to clean up. I said, I can scrub this stuff in here all day long, but we've got these organics under oak trees. And he said, fine, and the Prosoco worked for the light stuff. But as far as the organics, it did not kill the organics on there,
Right.
which, so Jonathan so he nukes pavers, wash, rinse, hydrosand, never had issues with SH.
Right.
2 to 3 day minimum for my paver projects.
I've never had it. I mean, Prosoco, back to Prosoco, I've used it. Prosoco is usually a siloxane base is what you're going to use. It's an oil base, and you got to let it totally dry before you put it down.
Right.
And
that's their sealer, right?
Yeah. Cost of Prosoco is probably now about $3.75 for 5 gallons, I would think, or more. So compared to 200, 220.
So Michael is asking what product. I guess we're really talking about the Deco line here, and Michael, reach out to Mark on Facebook. Get him send him a message. He's always available. Well, he's available during normal people hours. But yeah, Mark can walk you through any of the stuff, right, Mark? That's a service.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, we're talking about the Silicast, Travacast, Deco 20. And the Bio Blacktop so far.
He is a rep for Deco, and you're the traveling Deco.
Yeah, I'm the traveling trainer for Deco, believe it or not. New Jersey. I'm actually going to be in New Jersey doing a deal there.
And in Nashville on the 7th and 8th.
Yes, sir.
And again, for guys that don't Power Wash Store, we carry Deco products now.
So yeah, any state that you're in, just tell your like I said, we're getting ready to do a big tour of all the Power Wash stores, get this going. We're happy to be with them. So they're a great group of guys. I mean, look at who we're talking to here. These guys are phenomenal.
Damn near legendary.
In our own minds.
In my own mind, my friends.
Mm-hmm.
But
I'm not sure I trust my mind anymore.
Yeah, any questions? Like I said, if you're not even using my product, hey, I'll help you out. I do not have a problem with it.
And Stephen, Florida State did not do that. I don't know if it's still up for grabs or not, but I would love to see somebody go out there and do the sealing on the ledges on there. Because I guarantee you, once cleaned, if somebody would go out there and seal precast, window seals, I guarantee you it would make it clean easier.
And here's the deal with Deco, which very unique about our company and our owner, Aaron, is we will come out and train you for free.
Right.
Okay. I've flown out and trained one person in Ohio on a job, one person. But when I go out, I try to set up a store. Don't get me wrong, but we'd rather you may know that I've been sealing for years and years. Yeah, you have. You're used to doing a flood coat. You're used to doing it this way. You're used to doing it that way. We just want to come out, show you how it's done our way. And that way I don't get that phone call and go, hey, it didn't work. What happened here? I go, well, when did you seal it? A big thing is clean in the morning and seal in the morning. Clean one morning and seal the next morning. Don't do it at 11, 12 o'clock in the afternoon when it's 80, 90 degrees, because it's going to flash on you. There's a point where you don't want to seal pavers. 100 and under is what we say.
Right.
And above 40, 50, rising temperature. I mean,
Doug,
you have to remember that the temperature on the ground is not the same as
the air.
It's not the air temperature. It's got to be ground temperature.
That's one of our points of the plant and property, class that we do so much there. Doug took intensive temperature readings from plants and from the grounds and from the tarps that we were using.
It was quite
there's a big difference. It might be an 80-degree day, but with the sun shining on something, there could be a 30, 40-degree difference on the surface that you're applying it to.
And
it's amazing the temperature on the plant itself.
Wow. And we actually carry, and we say it, we have some videos out that are coming out. We're actually doing a barcode on our product. So if you're on a job with our Stripacast or a Silicast, you can actually hit that barcode with your phone, and it's going to do a 5-minute video on how to do the job and how to use our product. So it shows you, I carry a temperature gun. So I hit the pavers, and if it's 80 degrees, boom, that's good to go. If it's 110 degrees, don't do it. If it's going to rain in 24 hours, don't do it. When do you can say, well, hell, when did you do that in Florida? Well, it's hard, but if
Yeah.
you get there in the morning and seal it in the morning, if you got an hour to 2 hours of the sealer being down, you're fine. It can storm all over it.
Yeah, if you get here before 7 o'clock in the morning, you're usually below 80.
And just remember, if you do get a moisture meter,
Right.
virtually everything has moisture in it. So
Right.
your moisture meter should read something.
And
Yeah.
Mark, the question was, yes, they've never, Mark was Mark and Mark. So Mark, we got Mark Carraro and Mark Tuliano here, but so Mark Carraro is asking using the bleach before sealing. And earlier, Mark Tuliano said, absolutely, and just make sure it's
And
well
lots of
wet.
comments in there saying the same.
Yeah, that's Marky Mark in West Palm Beach. That's Clean Space, I believe.
Scott had a Tanya experience today, and I guess I probably need to apologize.
Scott who?
Scott.
Oh,
Our
the
favorite
tissue
Scott.
company.
The fisherman.
Yeah.
Oh, not the Amazon guy?
Yeah, there you go.
Our buddy Scott. So what would you guys use for cleaning dairy farms, the fans?
The fans themselves? Well, I mean,
I'll let you guys answer that.
Hold on, I got this.
I'll be right back.
Now what product is he going to go get? There you go. Because I wouldn't be a bleach guy on those at all.
Yeah, I don't think you can do that around the farm, though, right? Around the chickens.
We've had that discussion before on some of the farms, especially because the urine that's left over on the ground, and then so then you're throwing the bleach on top of it, so you don't want to do that.
Ah.
I'd use something that was actually developed for farms, something like farm soap.
Farm soap.
Oh shit!
Yep,
There's
soap.
actually a farm soap.
There is actually a farm soap. Apparently, this is very popular in the Midwest. Yes, it is.
Good to know. I got a chicken coop out there.
There you go. Does it have a fan? There you
No, I choke it once in a while, but you know what I mean.
There you go.
I got that reference.
EBC is a very good product.
Now, EBC also amazing. Why do they always have guys with white beards on here? I resemble that remark, Scott.
And this is not white.
This is silver.
And it's actually not even a beard.
That's called Road Hard. What's it? Road Hard, put up
Road
wet.
Hard, put up wet. Yeah. So
like
in Montreal, Canada, we only use polymer sand and we compact with a vibrating plate with that.
Yep. And that's you got to do it here too if you're using polymeric sand. But talk to Trish Green. She's our representative in Canada, actually. So she can help you out with product, stuff like that.
Trish is good people.
Trish and Joy Miller. Trish and Joy. They can't.
That's right. They come as a pair, don't they?
Yes, they don't come over here because of
COVID and vaccines and all that stuff. Yeah, I love me some Trish and Joy. They're good.
Man, there's some crazy girls.
So they're with Deco also.
Yes, they're our reps in Canada.
God, those are two solid ladies right there.
Oh, that you're talking about work? Whew,
yeah,
women know how to work.
Yes, they do. Yes, they do. I know.
A few of those in this industry.
So not using polymer, but they're using the silica sand instead.
Yeah, they're using the silica there, and again, our product will harden the joints. So point with the silicas, and if you go over it with the Travacast, and we'll go over stuff like that, you don't want it like a rock because, again, I told you it works on what's called an arc system. So if the joints are too hard and you drive on it and it disperses the weight, what's it going to do to that stuff? It's going to crack.
So Jonathan's saying it started with Deco 20 for concrete, was highly impressed with it. Michael is done with something.
My friend.
Give it up on it.
Don't want to drive to York. They're the closest phone call. Kelly's saying something about Mark. The silica cast was really awesome. I used a Surface Logic cobble grip prior. It's a good product like the silica cast better, and it turned out better. Yeah,
I can swear you guys are like cussing at me. I really could.
I see here. Breck has coached me through paver sealing with Deco for 3 years. He has traveled to my job.
Hello. Oh, there we are.
You're back.
Did everybody go off or just me?
No, just you.
I got to grab a charger.
Okay. Prep sanding one day, come back the next day, sweep it down and spray. Yep. So Steven is and we put this up there because we're on multiple platforms. We're on a couple of different YouTube platforms and multiple Facebook. So we read these out so everybody can understand it.
And we still can't see all of the comments.
Yeah, we still don't see all the views and all the comments. We only seal at a certain time of the year, really.
Breaking up.
We don't start till spring, stop in summer mostly, pick back up in fall till about the end of November. Choose what we want to do and push people to wait to get the right results.
I'll be right back.
We want to have the room and our schedules constantly trying to go back. And Stephen and I are literally in the same city. Mm-hmm. And Stephen owns Waterworks. That was the photo that I showed earlier of the Tractor Supply with the rust removal with Craig's product. And, you know, we have the same Florida weather issues that everybody else has, except we also have the addition of the strong winter fronts that come through here. Like Miami and Orlando may not get all the winter fronts that we get. They seem to dissipate around that Tampa latitude of Florida. But we get the same fronts that you get, Doug, that you get over there, you know, with the hard, you know, 2-3 days worth of rain, you know, sitting and soaking us down. So.
Gotta put my charger in here.
Aluminum brightener, EBC. I don't know what that comment was.
That was about the fans, I think. At the farm.
Oh, okay. Literally, oh shit. Farm soap. So yeah.
Farm soap.
Oh yeah, farm soap.
Mark is really Hulk Hogan. What chem would you for new construction homes? What chem would you use for house wash? Lots of dirt and dust, no organic material. I would probably go in with something like EBC.
Mm-hmm. That's what I was going to say is EBC.
You know, you need something slightly detergent. You're not really caring about bleach that much.
Matter of fact, most of the time we won't even use bleach on if it's brand new construction. Yep. There's no need for it. Yep. It really doesn't do. The only time that we actually like to throw bleach in with the mix is if there's a lot of spiderwebs, cobwebs, or if there's egg sacs or things of that nature. Then we'll go ahead and throw the bleach in there. Aside from that, the other thing that we'll do a lot of is use a brush. And the reason I'm saying a brush is just to wipe little things off because typically we're not doing the entire house.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like Mark is gone for good.
Oh, did we lose him? Yep.
Looks like we lost him.
Damn.
But yeah, so EBC is a good one because you want something that's just going to grab that stuff that's there and rinse it off. And you really, most times, don't need bleach.
Actually, Kelly, I think that's just Mark right there. I think he always has that bucket of iced beer on the bed. So, yeah. Hey, Chris, good to see you, buddy. Hope all is well with you and Miss Morgan.
Hope the ankle's doing good.
Mm-hmm. Contacted Mark via Messenger and sent a friend request.
Go see it.
Is that what that is? I was wondering. Looking.
No, I don't know what that is. Is that?
I don't know what that is either. So there's all my hoses behind me are a mess because I've got to deliver out about 1,000 feet of hose tomorrow up to Alabama, and we're running around trying to find the 1/2 inch that we have. And yeah, that was fun today.
That's a mess.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, soap and water for new construction. Absolutely, John, you are correct. If y'all aren't putting EBC Glide in your soap tanks, you may want to consider just, you know, Stephen, it's funny you mentioned that because I've had about 4 or 5 people recently putting EBC Glide, and EBC Glide is different than regular EBC.
It's meant for windows.
But, you know, I always assumed EBC Glide was like basically a window type soap. But I'm seeing more and more people like where you pour a little into your thing and mop it and squeegee it on there. But I am having more and more people tell me that Glide is amazing on windows. And then, hold on. Let's see here. Hold on. Wait, question. Gotta go.
I can't find
I
it.
don't know where anywhere. I have no idea where you would find EBC. God, Doug, where would you find EBC Glide at?
I heard that Australia had some.
Jonathan, call me. I'll hook you up. But yeah, I mean, I hear lots and lots of guys talking about this now, and I was shocked. But even regular EBC just does, and in all fair disclosure, I always had a gallon of EBC on my truck. You know why? Because it literally says environmental bio cleaner. No bleeps.
Bio cleaner.
You know, it's got just the best name in the world. Whether or not I use the crap or not, I mean,
yeah.
God, that sounds good. You really,
absolutely.
I mean,
I'm going to tell you what.
That's biodegradable, non-toxic. You know, no VOCs, all this great stuff. Always had some, and quite frankly, it's a very, very good product. But I have very good friends like Daniel Howerton up in North Carolina. Gets it by the 55, and he is a professional window cleaner by trade. He puts it in every house mix that he does, and he just swears by what it does for the windows.
I don't know how many contractors out there realize that it's the name of the product is not EBC. EBC is the abbreviation, the acronym for Enviro Bio Cleaner. That's the actual name of the product, Enviro Bio Cleaner. Yep. And yeah, exact same thing. I love having that there on the jug. You set it up and people see it. And I like to use, we use EBC Enviro Bio Cleaner, you know, because it's just the verbiage, right?
Right.
The brilliance of Carlos in that name is just amazing.
A question: do I have any P40 units in stock? Yes, I do. But one is attached to a trailer. There's a YouTube video out on the PWS YouTube channel about it, and the other one is attached to a skid. I have two more en route, according to franchise, two more en route that will be here within a week or so, because I took the last two, apparently, that Valley Industries had. That one over my shoulder right there is a P36, and I do have access to Udors, except for that one right there that's getting delivered. But I'm one of these that I won't sell anything that I don't actually have my hands on, because stuff is too hard, and I won't take anybody's money for something that I don't have. So
that is one of those things that I always said, if I had, you know, like Zuckerberg money, I would definitely buy, and that's a P40.
So John saying he put some Glide in a soap mix. It works great. Jonathan saying does wonders when you go to rinse, and if you could only find a place to order it that had it in stock, and I just we'll find a place.
Isn't there a new power wash store somewhere?
I heard there is. So, look at that. Michael's talking about his new 10 gallon a minute machine. So now also, let's go back and hit what Mark came on here to talk about earlier, though. So his training, I know we got new guys on here, Nashville, Tennessee, at the Power Wash store.
Power Wash store, Nashville, Tennessee.
Power Wash store, Nashville, Tennessee. Eddie, Dave, Christy.
7th and 8th.
7th and 8th, April 7th and 8th. They've teamed up with F9. So we've got Craig Harrison's training, and we have Mark Tuliano's training sitting there in Nashville. That would be a very, very, very well spent 2 days for anybody. April 7th and 8th, Nashville, Tennessee. And I'm sure it'll be a free event. So.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and you know that that they're gonna put on a good show there. They always do.
So he washes windows with EBC. No, he puts EBC in his house wash, in his house wash mix. That's what he uses as his surfactant. He doesn't use Secret Agent. He doesn't use Apple Wash. he's a batch mix guy. But yeah, he uses EBC and he just swears that it makes the windows look amazing. Valley can't give you a date because Valley, I don't think Valley has anymore. I mean, according to Jeremiah at Valley, I took the last two. Because they're having to retool and go with they don't have any more Honda engines, is what I understand, Kelly.
I've heard a lot of people saying that Honda, they're just not out there. There's no engines.
Yeah, I've heard rumors that Honda was shutting down for a couple of months to retool. Yes, it's tough right now. This equipment is very, very, very strange.
And then with gas prices going up, I expect everything else to go up as well.
Gone up, our gas has gone up, our everything has gone up. Yeah, I mean, yeah, Kelly has a store as well over. I think your Destin area, if I'm not mistaken. Destin Milton. But yeah, it's tough. That's why literally I refuse to sell anything that I do not have my hands on and in stock. I mean,
a lot of the stuff they'll tell you, we'll have it to you in 2 to 3 weeks.
Yeah.
And then they don't, so
I mean, I hear it from contractors. I am getting, and if you're the new contractor, if you're the new contractor that's stuck with us, dear God, for an hour and a half, and first off, thank you for your tenacity, but there's such a problem with equipment nowadays, and I'm getting calls every day that's people are saying, Ray, I gave a person money 6 weeks ago, for, or I clicked it on a website, and it said, pay here and in stock. And then suddenly, I got the out of stock and I can't get a refund, or I'm having a hard time, getting my money back on there again. So we've made the decision that I won't take pre-orders for machines. When I get machines in, I've got a list of people that I call and say, hey, I got an 8 gallon a minute in, I got a message, from franchise, now when I get a message from franchise, I tend to believe them, Hi, Ray, you've actually got 2 hot waters coming soon, both SS 3000 8HG Hydrotech stainless steel hot water model 7.3 at 3000 PSI, general pump belt, stainless steel frame, and a 3500 SS, which is 5.6 at 3500 PSI. So I felt comfortable enough saying that, because it said, let me know, both will be picked this week with your stock shipment, so you should see in 1 week. I felt comfortable enough at that where I actually called somebody and said, yes, I've got this coming in, do you want this?
What's funny is it looks like, see, since you started with the logo upside down, and then you moved it to the left, and now you moved to the, it looks like it's, when you sit up, it looks like it's shooting you in the head.
Just scratch my ear with it, Leslie always, and Leslie, you can order them. I mean, you can order, hey, Steven, you can order a Titan electric reel right now. You absolutely can, with Titan's beautiful customer service and their projected 26-week delivery time, which will get kicked back to another 26 weeks. Michael literally drove 7-8 hours to come up and get a machine from me. Leslie, 4,500 for an 8 gallon a minute. Yeah. And those were, that's really probably not as much as somebody could get for them, because those are $3,600 units a year ago.
And prices, good chance they're going to go up.
And Leslie, I think if I remember correctly, Leslie runs those small Kubota diesels. If I remember correctly.
That's making me think of something. I'm trying to think of what it was, but I tried to order something not too long ago, and I was told, God, what the heck was I was told that the product was a year out, and that they would not give me that they would sell it to me, and I would have to put down a deposit, but they couldn't give me a price on it.
Yeah.
So you're paying for something that you're not going to get for at least a year. You're giving a deposit that's non-refundable, and you don't know what the price is going to be when you get it, because prices are so.
Banjo was doing that to us. Now, Banjo just gave us a notification that said, we don't know what your prices will be because the price of resin is so different now and other circumstances. And you will not know the price of our Banjo fittings until they're delivered to you.
Wow.
So again, I won't sit there and take a reservation on a Banjo 3-way valve because they could tell me the Banjo 3-way valve is now $120. I don't know, Yeah. So Steven said he bought some life fan engines on Amazon. Needed something and bought a spare. Seems to work. Had to buy what we could. Yeah, we've always laughed about this Predator at Harbor Freight. Hey, sometimes you're gonna have to do what you got. I've been telling people that if you get onto Amazon, Facebook Marketplace, any of those, if you see somebody with a pressure washer with a GX390. Even if it's crap, get it, because those 3XG90s are awesome. They're amazing engines. Buy it if you can get one for a few $100s in there, whether the pump is shot or not, and maybe it's a generator, maybe who knows what it is. But if you can get a Honda GX390 engine, get it.
That's what
get it. Missed the beginning. Talking about SH.
He's lying to you.
But we hadn't really talked too much about SH. I don't sell any SH except for locally to my market. Good luck finding it. And I understand.
Big Rob's messing with you though, right?
What's that?
He's messing with you.
Oh, okay. No, I didn't know that.
Yeah. So
actually pieces milled together. My 8 sent out to Mark for the heads up and help. Yeah, Mark's an awesome guy. Mark is a good guy. IGX smaller units like the 390. If anybody has any info.
I think you're just. I think everything is just so far out.
Yep.
There's no telling what's going to happen right now.
Hold on. Bought a used 5.5 GX 630 for $500, stuck $400, $900. Should have a good used. Rebuilding is in the way. You can't find new. 100%. And if you could find a GX 630 for $500, you can get a Udor gearbox and pump 5.5, 5.6 pump.
You can get everything but the motor.
$700 or $800 on there. In a gear drive that will bolt into the frame on there, you could still have a hell of a pressure washer for less than $1,200-$1,300 on there. I would jump all over stuff like that, Now, don't assume that you're absolutely going to be able to pop off the Udor, gear drive with the pumps. I've got one in stock right now. I think it's a 1 1/4 inch shaft, or a 1 1/8 inch shaft. So it would need to hook up to a 690, I believe. Yeah.
Fun stuff.
It's weird times in this industry. I mean, me doing this for so here we go. Running a 630 general gear drive and a general TSP 2021. And if you want a TSF 2021, good luck. Good luck. Oh, is Mark coming back in here?
I think he's trying to come back in, yeah.
Let's see. Let's see if he's going to get back in. God, I hope he has.
It doesn't look like he's there yet.
I hope he has clothes on. This would be really horrible if there's. There he is.
There he is. He snuck back in.
Technical difficulties. Technical difficult. AT&T, man. What can I say?
Well, can I tell you this? You still
having technical difficulties.
Can you hear me?
Yep, now we can.
Hello?
Yep.
Hello?
We can hear you. You're good. Okay, you're coming and going like crazy. There he is.
Freaking AT&T. Can you hear me now?
We can hear you. You're a little
Everybody's
choppy.
gargled.
Looks like you're dialing up.
Okay,
on
how
a
about now? I
AOL
can hear you
modem.
guys. There we
You're on
are.
a
My
dial-up
bad.
modem. There you go.
Yeah.
I had to go on my Wi-Fi.
His AOL screen name is Silver Fox.
Yes, I had to go on. I had to go on the modem because of AT&T. You know, I live in a stick.
And what's your MySpace username?
Oh shit! Is that what it's? You guys got that one?
Yeah, now it's like
Why not?
now it's just even worse. Now we're just listening to.
Cheers.
It's like I'm watching a bad play.
Do you want to blow?
I know it. It is. But what's funny too is if you look in the center of his glasses with the light fixture thing, it looks like
I'll let you all
turn
talk.
your
Go ahead.
computer on,
I'll
it's got
answer.
the round thing going. So I'm trying to figure out if his thing is buffering or if it's just that light sometimes.
I don't know. It's funny though, but Mark, and I'm assuming you can hear us.
Talking.
Your mouth, we can only hear you like every third or fifth word. But we talked again about Nashville. Everybody should come to Nashville and he's gone again.
There you go.
April 7th and 8th at the Power Wash Store Nashville event. We've got F9 and Deco on there. So amazing training. And Mark is truly just, he is a prince. He is always available. Facebook, friend him on Facebook. He answers messages. Reach out to him. He's a good guy and such a good resource. Even if you
his free trial has ended.
Oh, that's awesome. You know, he's a great guy. Even if you're out there using Trident or the other guy. I mean, yeah. Gosh, Greg Tatum's products, and I don't mean this in any way going, you know, I'm not rah-ing anybody's, even though we carry, you know, Deco, but Mark could help you because he's one of those guys that actually cares about contractors.
Yeah, that's one of the things about this industry. I mean, certain people in this industry that will, it doesn't matter where and who you buy from or whatever, they're going to help you just
right.
because that's their nature.
Agreed.
Mark is one of those guys.
Well, I mean, I'd say, you know, that's one of the reasons we actually decided to have him on tonight. Whenever, you know, he said, "Hey, we'd like to talk about it." Yeah, you know, you're one of the guys that passes the smell test.
Mm-hmm.
And
and believe me, there's a lot of people that don't pass the smell test.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that don't.
You get asked for stuff all the time. Seems like.
Yes, sir. Well, Doug, we had a heck of a group tonight on here, and very, very engaged. So
yeah.
I have to go to Alabama, so I'm going to take my butt home and go to bed.
I got to clear my mind.
And thank y'all all for, let's see here. Greg scared me away from using bleach for a few minutes. Yeah, that was kind of the tactic.
Yeah.
It's bleach. It's been used for years and years and years. You know, whenever you realize that, you know, I don't want to, I'm not trying to talk crap about Greg or anything about that. I don't mean to do this, but I know a company that went and really literally retooled. Is he back? They retooled for peroxide and you know, at the cost of you know, hundreds of thousands of dollars. They retooled rigs and they retooled, you know, trailers and let's do this. And it has its time and its place. But as far as just the acceptable alternative for every day, no. That's why, I mean, this is a huge pimping for ourselves, Doug, but bleach is incredibly safe if you know how to use it correctly. You know, if you
use it correctly,
if you do your plant and property protection, if you take advantage of the tools, if you go on to Spray Wash Pro and take the join and take the classes or come see us live, you know, in Nashville at the huge convention, you can use bleach safely. This is
a good time to mention that we're having a live class also in Tallahassee where we're going to do a house wash. We're going to do a roof cleaning. We're going to do a pool patio or a pool deck. We're going to do a screened in back patio, carport, driveway. We're going to talk about, we're going to be on location, doing some hands-on training and cleaning. Very limited seats for that. I can't remember the dates right now. Was that April 19th and 20th and 21st?
Yeah, no, I'm in Belize then, so that would be May maybe, but definitely not that time in April. So
sometime. We already made the announcement. We'll make
I'm in Belize in April.
Yeah.
Couple of wrap up things here, Mark. So can you hear us? All right, I don't know if Mark.
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Can you hear this?
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes.
I can hear you though.
Okay, so CP unit wants to know who is Canadian distributor Joy Miller, need number, Super Seal, Montreal, Canada.
So Joy's number is what he's looking for.
I'm going to take a picture of this.
Hit me up.
Friend Mark Tuliano on Facebook, and he will get that information to you. Because right now, Mark, we can't hear a word you're saying.
And you know what else? We can post Joy's contact info in the YouTube comments as well.
Yeah. Stephen, that's up in Canada, if that's what you were asking about.
Canadian. Can you hear me? Hello?
Yes, now we can.
Go ahead.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Call me at 813-562-4649. Give them my number.
Okay,
what
hold
is
on.
It? 813
562
562
4649.
4649.
All right, so that is Mark's number right there. Oh, you did it. I did it. All right, There we go. That's Mark's number. Y'all reach out to Mark. So Stephen wanted to know the live training. That is April 7th and 8th is going to be in Nashville.
Okay, that's for the DECO training, the DECO and the F9 training. I think he was talking about the live training in Tallahassee.
You've got those. Sure. You and Tanya work those. Tanya, you and Tanya have those dates. I don't even know that crap. So
yeah. So let's look at this. So the huge convention is going to be the August 17th, 18th, and 19th, and then the live training that we're doing is. Let me go back to where I'm at, because honestly, it's been a long day and I don't remember. All right, so the hands-on training in Tallahassee is going to be, it's going to be May 19th through the 21st in Tallahassee. So May 19th, 20th, and the 21st in Tallahassee.
So this is my message with Tim right now. So Tim is texting me and I said, doing the live right now. I sent him a picture of me. Not funny. Oh, Lordy. Oh, look at that. Steven said he'll rent us a rig. There we go, because I'm not allowed to own a pressure washing rig.
Yeah, you might not have a rig for us to do the class with.
Steven, we'll probably be coming to your house to wash it. So
yeah. Yeah, hopefully somebody will put up a video or send me some videos to put on the page here for where we're going to be at, because I don't want to have to drive all the way to Tallahassee just to put together a couple small little videos. Just hint, 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 hint. Dude, you know you sit around all day doing nothing. I know that.
Not a thing.
Not a thing.
Nashville Power Wash Store, April 7 and 8. 7 and 8. Fat old
be there.
Here. DECO and F9
training.
Certified.
Training. Here we go.
Can
Certified.
you hear me?
Oh, Mark's number.
Hey, does everybody know what F9 stands? It's actually front 9. Did you know
Front
that?
nine, yeah.
Front nine restoration,
from the golf course from
Right. I just learned that not too long ago. I just thought that was a little
Mark's number.
ditty there.
Mark's number. Hold on. So yes, here's Mark's number on here.
If you look up, yeah, there it is.
Yep, there it is.
Yeah. So, and then we have the huge convention, and then Mark's training's coming up here the 7th and 8th.
7th
and
and 8th.
then the live training in Tallahassee, which will be happening again. Bug flew in here all of a sudden. Will be happening on May 19th and May 19th, 2021, and then August 17th, 18th, and 19th, I believe it is the huge convention. So the huge convention will have the plant and property certification class. We'll also have a basics class, which is like an introductory to roof cleaning and soft washing. And then lastly, we will also have a class on metal roof cleaning, metal and other roofs. So we'll talk, and that's going to be for free for pro members. And then if you're not a pro member, you can still attend, but you've got to pay for that. The class that we'll have in Tallahassee is a hands-on 3-day training. It will be a certification course as well. It'll be you get your roof cleaning certification, your house washing certification, and your plant and property certification. We'll also cover sales, marketing. We're going to go out in the shop there with the power wash store. We're going to go over a lot of the different tools and products and how to use them, that sort of thing. We're going to cram a lot into you in 3 days, but we want you to gain as much knowledge as possible. So I think that's going to be a great event.
Absolutely.
I think the huge event's going to be, can you hear me? Huge event.
Yes, sir. Loud and clear, actually, for a change.
Sweet. That's going to be the party.
Yep.
Yep. Always.
Party.
Always. Tim's now marking up the photos that I sent him of what's wrong with it. So
there you go.
Oh, Lordy. Well.
All right.
Here, Tim.
Guys, thank you all so much for hanging out with us. We really appreciate it. And Mark, thank you for your time. We appreciate your expertise on it. And like I said, I know you'll be up here in Tallahassee, May, June, sometime like that. So
yeah, we're thinking mid-May, we'll get that done. And I appreciate you guys. You're definitely one of the top people in this industry. I appreciate Dougie Doo and you, Ray.
absolutely.
And I love the, spray wash. I learn a lot. I don't do house washing. I do pavers. That's all I do pretty much, but I do learn enough from you guys. I appreciate you. Looking forward to seeing you. Tell everybody.
We appreciate
Mark
your time.
Tuliano,
Thank you for your expertise. And you always get my thumbs up. You've always been there to answer every question I've ever had. And I appreciate you greatly on that.
Definitely.
So.
And I am the real Ray Burke.
And I did wish
Later,
I had
guys.
your hair. But yeah. All right. Good night, Mark. Thank you, buddy.
Thank you again, man.
Good night, y'all.
Later, Dougie. See you. Thanks,
Peace out.
everybody. Call me if you need me. See you.
All right. All right. I'm gonna put Mark's number up here one more time. So that's Mark's number, guys, not the number Spray Wash Academy. But yeah, absolutely amazing paver resource right there.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Ray, it was great.
Yep. I'm gonna load a truck up tomorrow morning and head to Alabama. So, and not only that, I have to deal with a time change, so that makes it really confusing for somebody old like me. Don't know. Hold on. Tell me where you're staying, and we'll figure it out in the morning. Any place on that circle is good for me. So yeah, we're gonna carry that up there. But good friend bought some stuff, and he had this massive project that has to be done, and really and truly, like I said, we're picking it up tomorrow. He'll be using it on Wednesday, so happy to do that for folks, whenever they're getting machines.
Awesome stuff.
Yeah, it's good. I've always enjoyed this, and I've always loved my contractors, and I know you're of the same heart that I have, and we've always enjoyed helping people, and it actually is amazing to be able to get out there and help guys.
How it's coming around in the whole circle.
Yeah, it really is.
Mm-hmm.
It's fun. Doug, I enjoyed it. I'm getting tired.
Me too. I've been tired.
All right, buddy. I
Peace
will
out.
see you. Wash on, guys. Thank y'all.